We are live. Yes, we are. Y'all, good morning, break of dawn. And today is Wednesday, January the 17th. You know what? I'm missing my phone. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Okay. So I got to tell y'all, this is what's been going on. Let me get this here too while I'm over here. This is what's been going on. I have a pain in my back that I got last night. It's like it's like above the hip bone, but at the base of the backbone, where the bone go like that and the other one go like that. Right. Oh my God. Certain things that I do, if I sit down certain ways, it hurts. I got into the tub last night. What I did forget was my Epsom salt. Go figure. And of course, I ain't got no green alcohol, but uh, I got in the tub and I soaked last night. I soaked so long that you know how your skin starts shrinking a little bit. I soaked so long that my skin on my feet started getting shrivelly, and so because I had been in the water so long, um, the water was running out of the bathtub. It was running out. Hey, Karen, good morning. The water was running out of the bathtub because I had filled it all the way up. I had put in my Calgon, but I still needed my Epsom salt. I didn't get it. And I was in Walmart twice yesterday. Not once, not once, twice yesterday. And forgot to buy some Epsom salt because I knew I hadn't brought mine with me because that was one of two things that I left home. My Epsom salt and my black boots. Y'all know them black boots with the round heel. I left them suckers at home in a bag on the other side of my refrigerator. I said, I was looking for them the other day. I said, what my post at? Left them at home. So to God be the glory. And I was in Walmart yesterday, and for the love of money, something told me to get some Epsom salt, and I went and bought everything but that. Fruit, salad, everything but that. Go figure. Got back. My hips weren't hurting then. My hip was not hurting then. Got in here. I don't know what I did. It was something I did. I'm gonna say it was picking up that box. I have a box with a lot of stuff in it for like cooking and stuff like that. Cause y'all know I bring stuff that I need, like my air fryer, because everything they have I don't want. Y'all know how that is. So I got my air fryer, but the issue was I lifted this box. I moved all that stuff yesterday, last night. I lifted this box. The box is kind of heavy, but it was up against the wall. So I didn't really get a chance to uh position my body right. Let me put it this way. It ain't I didn't get a chance to. I didn't position my body right. I didn't. Let me just take the fault for it, okay? I didn't, because I knew better. I didn't position my body right when I reached to grab. When I reached, when I reached to go grab that box. When I reached to go grab that box, let me be the one to tell you, baby. After I grabbed that box and when I lifted it up, all hell broke loose. I dropped the box. I dropped everything. Hey, Jonathan the devil. I dropped everything, that box. And it's not really heavy. It was the way I had positioned my body. You know, certain times, I don't care if you young, older, or young. It don't matter. If you don't position your body right when you picking up or lifting something, you're gonna end up having that. I pulled that muscle in that hip area. Whoo, Lord help me, Jesus. I got my back brace on now. It's a what you call copper fit. Y'all know copper fit, right? I got the copper fit on, but the let me oh God, look at me. I got but the hip, it hurts right here. Oh God. Right there. Oh God. And if the chair is too low, I was in the meeting room with them this morning, right? The chair is very low. If the chair is too low, if the chair is too low, I gotta hold it, then ease down into it because clamping down on that bone and all. And so what's your name? I was in the meeting, and so the first thing they said, "Hey Tracy," that's what it's the first thing you say, right? Always somebody that's older than you. That's old age come in. I wanted to say, but I didn't. I wanted to say Negro. Old age. It ain't got nothing to do with the old age. It's got something to do with how I meant because I did this to myself once before when I was a lot younger. And that's why I said I take responsibility. I knew I didn't have my body aligned right, lined up right in order to go and reach and then grab that box. And I know I didn't. But I said, okay, and then I made that extra move with that foot. That did it. When I made that extra move with that foot, that was a stretch. That was a long stretch. Whoo, Lord, help me, Jesus. I've been in that hot tub. I was in that bathtub. That hot water was nice and soothing to the body. I felt a whole lot better after I got out. I felt a whole lot better. Like, where that's come from? It looked like a little snow or something. I felt a whole lot better after I got out of that bathtub. I felt a whole lot better. And like 15 minutes after I had gotten out and the skin cooled down and all that, then the pain eased just a little bit. Then the pain came back. Oh Lord. So I slept with my heating pad. I got a heating pad over here on the bed. I slept with my heating pad on all night. I slept on that heating pad. I repositioned myself a couple of times through the night. I slept on this side, on the side. And normally I don't like sleeping on my left side because that's your heart side. You don't want to put all that weight and pressure on your heart. And so I slept on my left side just about, and I kind of like I had a good night's sleep, but I didn't have a good, you know what I'm saying? I slept well enough to be alert. And hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on, you guys. Uh, this guy said. So I slept really well. Uh, I mean, not really well. I slept regularly. Put it this way: I rested. I did rest, but the pain was there. So in the middle of the night, I had to reposition myself. You know, I would break my sleep a little bit, but I rested. Okay, I did rest because I you can see it. I rested. Um, but that pain came and shot this right in front of here. I felt that pain, ooh, in his eye. I was like, whoa. It felt like somebody popped me in my eye when that hip popped. I was like, whoa. So I was telling Mr. Edwards, I said, Mr. Edwards, I'm gonna need to see a chiropractor today. So my thing is, I'm gonna have to either see a chiropractor or I want to see if they have a naturopath here, and go get an alignment. I know I need an alignment. I know I need an alignment. I knew I needed alignment before I even left Chicago. I knew I needed alignment, and I didn't have a chance or time to get it. They had their schedule didn't work with what the time that I had uh, space to do to go get that. It's a little ways from the house, from my house, but I normally would go get a back alignment. So I mean adjustment. So I didn't get an adjustment at all. Um, let me let me send this. Wait a minute. Let me send the talk this show to this person and let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Share. Okay. Copy. Okay. I got a person here. Okay, so I just sent the person a talk. Say, hey, Angela, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. So I had this pain in my hip. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just sent this guy the link to this talk show. Right here. All right, right there, right here is where that pain is. Right there. It feels good when I press on it. It feels good when I push on it. I, when I laugh, I can feel it in my hip when I laugh. Um, and so we were in the meeting, and I was like, y'all, I can't keep laughing. I can't keep laughing. It was hurting. It was hurting. And then all of a sudden, I felt a pain right here. I was like, wait a minute. Where did it go there? And so I knew, I said, Neela, you need to get an adjustment. You really do. And so I'm going to see if I can get an adjustment today. I'm going out with people, with agents today. I ain't knocked and worked myself. I've been in training, but not that I really need the training. But it's good to get refreshed on things like some of the little crack jokes that you put out there. It's good to get refreshed on things. So I've had a full day and then a partial day because remember, Monday was Martin Luther King Day. It was cold as hell. It was an ice storm here, and we had to really be careful. Um, but it was very cold Monday here. It was very cold, and I'm like, y'all gonna go out here? But it did. And so, but this thing on my hip, ooh, baby, this stuff sucker. It got me last night when I came in here and picked that darn box up. Actually, I got a big suitcase right here that I had to move. I felt a little, you know how you can feel a little when you make a reach or something. I felt a little when I retched over for it. But then it went away. So I said, oh, okay. Just kidding. Whatnot. But when I did that box, and I didn't stand directly in front of that box, I stood on the side like of it and went to lift it, pull on it. And it's a little heavy, but not heavy. Like, oh, I can't do this type thing. I do stuff all the time. I lift stuff all the time and heavy stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But that box really is not that heavy, but it's heavy enough to pull you out of traction with your body when you're trying to move it. It is. You must position yourself and stand in front of it a certain way. So that's one thing. Yeah. Hey, Angela, y'all. But I didn't. So let's get this party started. Today is Wednesday, January the 17th. Happy birthday to all y'all out there whose birthday it is. Yesterday I forgot. Yesterday was the 16th. I forgot to send my nephew. Steve. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong darn thing. I forgot to send my nephew his birthday. Happy birthday. Stevie. I forgot to send him my nephew's birthday was yesterday. I forgot to send it out to him. I came in here and went right back to work last night doing some other stuff that wasn't for some other work I was doing. And then that's when I went to go start moving that box, and I ended up pulling my muscle, and I tried to help it, but it's still hurting. Even after laying on heat. I got off the heat because you don't lay on it. But I got off the heat and just laid. And then when I felt like I needed to roll back over on it, I did. And so, yeah, it's still in there. Hey, Kimberly Mixon Dixon. So let's get the party started the way it should be. What? We back already? Everybody, today, y'all already know where I go with this, right? Y'all already know. Today, what's going on with the phone? Okay, I'm going to shut you off. That's how you know somebody's messing around with your system. Anytime you see something change on your phone and you know you didn't touch it, Something going on. Something really going on. Hey, Divine, good morning. Good morning, Kimberly Vixen Dixon. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. So today is Popeye the Sailor Man Day. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Ooh, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Hey, what was his girlfriend's name? Lois? No, what was Popeye? I'm saying Lois Lane. Like, what was Popeye's girlfriend's name? Olive oil. Hey, olive oil. Hey, olive oil. Olive oil. What's her name? Bluto. Him Bluto with his dog that was bow-legged and strong and cocky. Oh, I love Popeye. It was funny. It was funny. It was really funny. National Classy Day. National Classy Day. Y'all already know who that is, right? Uh-huh. Right. And so today is also National Bootleggers Day. So go get you some bootlegger. Bootlegger legger. Y'all go get you some bootlicker. Bootlicker legger. Bootlegger liquor. Or bootlicker. Instead of bootlegger, bootlicker. Go get you some. Today is National Hot Buttered Rum Day. They just want to get you drunk today. Today is Let's Get Drunk Day, huh? Hot buttered rum. Okay, it says the hot buttered rum day warms up depending on where you are on this January day, it may be warm, chilly, cold, or frigid. Enjoying a hot buttered rum drink would sure be a good way to warm up if you are in one of the latter three. A mixed drink containing rum, butter, hot water, and cider. Hot water or cider. Rum, butter, hot water or cider, sweetener, and spices. Hot buttered rum is especially favored during the fall and winter months. So the spices you would use would be cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. Okay. So hot buttered rum, and you know the funny thing about um uh today is also, wait a minute, that's tomorrow. Oh, hot butter rum. Today is National Bootleggers Day. So what I'm kind of confused at is that Templeton Rye whiskey. I've had it in a hot toddy. Shares its January 17th birthday with bootlegger Al Capone and the son of another bootlegger, Merrill Kirkhoff. Now, I ain't familiar with Merrill Kirkhoff, but Al Capone and all them, yeah. During the 1800s, the term bootlegger came into use in the Midwest. Chicago, Chicago, at tumbling town, Chicago. Okay. Al Capone and all the rest of the gangsters, and they still there, y'all. They still live there, okay? In your face, base. Okay. The word described the act of concealing flasks of liquor in a boot top when going to trade with Native Americans. The term found its permanent place in the American vocabulary when Congress passed the 18th Amendment prohibiting the manufacture, transportation, and sale of alcohol in 1920, only for them to take it up and make a billion, trillion, dillion dollars off of it by legalizing liquor in stores. But the government had to have his hand in it first. I'm just saying, okay? We already know. We already know. Just like they made it illegal, prohibited manufacture, transportation, and sale of alcohol in 1920 of liquor. Bootlegger, they was making that moonshine and all that kind. Now, I know all about it because my daddy was from the South and they made moonshine. Hey, Yvette. and hey, Nilla and the Elements. Woo, woo. And we should have a background. Ooh, when I do like that, it hurts. Ooh, Lord, that hip. That pull, that strain got me yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. So just like they prohibited the manufacture, transportation, and sale of alcohol, this is, and I'm done with the national calendar today. But let's talk about this real quick because today is Wednesday's Worthwhile Wonder, the wonder of why things go on and things of that nature. So they prohibited all that in 1920. They also had a law against those you went to jail and served life sentences for marijuana, but only for them to, which they already knew marijuana had medicinal purposes long time ago because the Native Americans told them about it. Yeah, the Native Americans were smoking it in that peace pipe. Hey, you want a pipe? We're all friends. We all love each other. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, dum. Okay, they all knew about it. They've been knowing that marijuana had medicinal purposes since the beginning of marijuana. It's been a plant on this planet forever. And Native American Indians have always used it for medicinal purposes. So that peace pipe had marijuana. It didn't have tobacco. It had marijuana. Okay, I'm just saying. And that's why it was called peace pipe, so we could be at peace. It put you in a state of mind to be at peace with yourself and with others. Okay, I'm just saying. But it's amazing how the prohibition of bootlegging or transportation and all of moonshine or homemade whiskeys and liquors, homemade, not made in the monitored and managed and maintained big, what they call those big what do they call those big you see them when you drive down country roads and big old industrial container things that hold like hay, a grain and all that kind of stuff, like the milk and the dairy things. You see them big silver things. Yeah. So I say that about the prohibition of liquor because marijuana was also something that was like a prohibition of them there. Okay, but they ain't probate. They didn't do anything about that tobacco, did they? Okay, now they send all these men and women to jail, all the life sentences, like they killed somebody, life sentence. Only now, they done served their time. They didn't already made the money off the people who were selling marijuana, who they caught and sent to jail. They didn't already make all the jails and everything. Made all their money, all of them. They didn't get rich, wealthy off of criminalizing marijuana and putting people in prison for it. Now they say, "Oh, you know what though? But you know that marijuana, it's got some real purposes." Because somebody in the White House must up and like, "Oh shit, you know what? We probably need to legalize this shit because it's so good." Hot diggity damn, huh? We probably need to legalize this. It's so good. Get back there. Oh, they got caught. Probably went on the outside back skirts of the White House, and somebody smelled like some marijuana around here. They walked around and found somebody who probably one of the representatives or something. I don't know, but I'm just saying. And then all of a sudden, it wants to be legalized. Now, now you want to legalize what you criminalized all of our people for. And most of the people that's in prison for marijuana sales and transportation and all that are black. Let's just keep it real. And all the goddamn dispensaries that opened up in the first round were all white owned. Let's keep it real. Really? And you got black people in jail for marijuana. We're going to stop this. So y'all know a big hoorah came up about that, right? Look, now the thing when I act funny. A big hoorah came up about that, right? It was a bunch going on about that. And then when they let the licensing go for those to open up these darned dispensaries, what happened? Not one black person got it. Not one. This country, the country we live in, still stuck on stupid. All these years later, get over it, people. Get over it. We gonna be here. Y'all gonna be here too, probably. And the other people gonna be here. And them other people over there gonna be here. And everybody gonna be here. Who the hell is you to think that you can't let people be on this planet? Or that you gonna control things and just try to make other people that don't look like you and be like you out of some type of slaves or whatever the case may be? It's stupid. But this is what's been going on. So then they legalized. So then they had to reassess all the black people who they locked up, and a few little white people maybe, but not a lot. I mean, you can count them on one hand, but you can count all the black ones that was in prison on numerous hands. I'm just saying. Angela said, Yvette said, Divine said, wait. That's a whole bunch of y'all up there. Hey, Alabama. Yvette said, you are right. You have state liquor license and you have federal liquor license. Yep. See, Yvette got Yvette smart as hell, y'all. I'm just Yvette is a bamboozler. She a bamboozle you in a minute, baby. Because she know what I'm talking about. Because a lot of people underestimate you. I already know they do. They be like, oh, God, Yvette be knowing a lot of stuff. Y'all better ask somebody. Look, call her if you get confused about something. Call her because I guarantee you she'll help you out. Boop, and in that order. Look, and Divine say, my grandma was a bootlegger in Savannah, Georgia. Look at that. And then Yvette say, hooch in the Heights Indians, that is why they took over their land because of it. Hooch. Yep. And Yvette said the peace pipe, the light took over the lands because of it. They took the Indians' land because it was an investment. Yep. And Angela said all dispensers here will be owned by the state. See what I'm talking about? We're going to stop right there at that comment right there. Talking about today's National Bootlegger Day and all. And knowing how there was prohibition in the 1920s. But and then I was talking about marijuana and all that kind of stuff. And Angela says all dispensaries will be owned by the state. So not in Illinois. All the dispensaries in Illinois are owned by individual people. And nobody that looks like me or you, Angela, for the matter of factly, nobody looks actually nobody owns any of those dispensaries in the state of Illinois. Yeah. It's kind of strange, huh? Yeah, sure, I know. And so, yeah. So that first round of licensings went out, certifications and licensing. Then the second round was going out. All hell broke loose. That's when everything had to come tumbling down and everybody started, listen, you finna give somebody else some of these licenses? We'll burn these bastards up. Hey, all that cannabis in them dispensaries was getting ready to go up in smoke. They didn't know who they was messing with. The people in Illinois, baby, the Chicagoans, they were like, I dare you to give somebody else license in this city, in this state, and none of them are black. I dare you. That shit went to court. I just want you to know it went to court. It was in court. And in court it was. It was not for play. And the people fought and fought hard. And I don't know if it's still in court or not. I haven't gone back to see the status of what's going on yet with that. There's a lot of black people now, though, that have started opening up smoke shops. But that's not a dispensary. See, the dispensaries, they all, not one black person in the state of Illinois. I don't know anybody in any other states that was legalized. Not one black person in the state of Illinois was granted license to open a dispensary. Not one. But there were numerous dispensaries open. Not one of them was black. As a matter of fact, they didn't even allow the licensing to get they didn't even get past the licensing structure of it, let alone the opening of the dispensary. And then, we can't get the stuff in. You know what I'm saying? Not one. But the world we live in today. And people always want to know, why God? Why not God? People always want to know about this world that we live in. It's not the world. The world is beautiful. It's the people of the world. And it's sad that we have to continue on 5, 6, 7, 800,000 years later. Hell, let's keep it real. And we continue to go through these idiosyncrasies and this ignorance of racism and discrimination and non-diversity, non-inclusive. It just amazes me. Give me 1 second. Let me see what the hell this is. Who is it? And they got my friend's name on here. This is my cousin's name, Daryl Hawkins, on here, and people got a jacked up name already. My cousin's name, Daryl Hawkins, and so that's why I answered. I said, "Hold on, y'all. Hey, Frugal." And so yeah, Yvette said, All dispensaries here will be owned by the state. I mean, Angela said that. Yvette said Lightfoot wanted her and the streets to combine and build. The streets said no. It's no taxes and more money. Lightfoot wanted her. Oh wow, they took. Oh wow, that's sad. And most of the dispensaries are of the state. They had to show ID when it first came out. Yeah, so they still do have to show ID. In order for you to, when you go into these dispensaries, you can walk in and look. You're immediately picked up on a camera. Immediately. That goes, I think it's state structured or federal or something. It's a camera that goes way past just regular cameras, like your security camera. It's the camera is a security camera, but it picks you up, click, click. We got that person in here. And so, and then you had to give your state ID, a valid ID, to be in there and to shop. So whatever you bought went under your state ID name. And this is, I found this out 2 years ago. Almost 3 years ago now, since it's 2024 and 2021, when I walked in one just to see, because I was curious. I'm like, I had never been in a dispensary, and I was curious. I said, so let me see what's going on over here. I walked in it. I wasn't in there to buy a thing. I just went in there to see. I was curious. Walked in that dispensary. It was marijuanas of all sorts. Now, mind you, this is not open field grown marijuana. This is in-house controlled marijuana. So you don't know what's going on with it. But one thing I will say, with all these different things, how are they growing? You know what I'm saying? So it's hybrid and all the rest of that stuff. So it's a lot different from the stuff that you used to grow in your yard. If you grew it in your yard, it wasn't tampered with, it wasn't sprayed, it wasn't coerced with anything else. Okay. But now a lot of times, a lot of this marijuana and stuff this cannabis, let me put it that way, this cannabis that they're smoking, a lot of this stuff is has been treated. It's been fused. What do they call it? When you fuse something to grow it, what do they call it? Put it in the chat if y'all know what I'm talking about. But you know how they take a cat and a dog and make them with sex, and they next thing that comes, it bursts a dog with a cat tail or a cat face with a dog body. You know, some old crazy stuff. Some old crazy stuff happens. Tried to get help is what I meant. She said, Lightfoot tried to get help is what I meant. The street said no. Yeah, I already know. And Yvette said, this is the state, and it is used for income. And when you get pulled over, so they know how many times due to accidents, seeing if you are under the influence, that is fact. You know what? You can say that again. That is the state. It is used for income. And when you get pulled over, so they know how many times due to accidents, seeing if you are under the influence. So the reason they were monitoring you in these dispensaries, I told people a long time, I said, something out of this is going to come back and bite people in their ass. I'm just saying. Something out of that dispensary crap, legalization. I said, something out of that is getting ready to come back and bite people in the ass. I don't know what it is, but I just felt something about that was not right. And it's this marijuana. And let me tell you why I say, and I said that when they first legalized it and said, oh, now we're going to open the dispensaries. And when I saw that the dispensaries had all these different types of marijuanas and stuff in it, you know, cannabis is in them, I was like, wow, where did this come from? I'm just used to seeing the green leaf and letting it dry and just rolling it and smoking. And that's what we did back in the day. You know, and that's what we was been doing ever since. Now everybody got all this stuff. They got these vape pens with oil, cannabis oil, all kind of shit. And I'm just here to tell you, now they talking about respiratory issues with vaping. What that do? And I mean, then they say, because you know what that is? That's moisture you putting in your lungs when you vaping. You've been getting a bunch of moisture in your lungs, which moisture sooner or later what turns into water, right? So you got water in your lungs. Um, and then a lot of people are getting respiratory problems, not this RSV. I'm talking about respiratory problems from vaping and smoking this uh dispensary cannabis. It's a lot of people got issues now with their throat and everything, messing with that crap. I'm just glad I ain't have a need for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I never had a need for the dispensary. Thank God. Because at one time back in my day, I probably would have had a need for it. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Back in the day. But today it's out for me. And I thank God. I thank God for the recovery. So let me say for the delivery. Put it that way. I thank God for the delivery from not having to use the dispensary. Boop. And so yeah, wait, Yvette say that is where the chance card pops up on the Monopoly board. Go to jail or pay 200 to get out. Angela said, yes, that vape oil is building particles on their lungs. Uh-huh. Tell people vaping is worse. I tell people vaping is worse, yeah? You might as well smoke a darn cigarette or the whole joint or a bowl, a marijuana bowl of weed, or a cigarette if you smoke vaping for cigarettes. Whatever you, because that oil, what people don't realize, oil, first of all, you wonder why people have a lot of digestive problems? It's the oil. It's the oil you consume. You want to know why you have a lot of congestive problems? It's the oil you're consuming. Pretty much, huh? People are like, what? Y'all ain't think about that. Oh, she don't know what she talking about. Okay. Look into the healthy oils. There's a lot of healthy oils. They're gonna tell you grapeseed, olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil. They're gonna tell you there's a lot of good oils. But do you know? And a lot of people, I was just telling somebody yesterday about this, and it's amazing how people say, well, no, she used extra virgin olive oil. It was my brother. I was talking to my brother Jamal. Y'all know the one who was at the house with me. I was talking to him yesterday. He's had cataract surgery. He's just going, and he said, I think I'm gonna go back to the hospital. I said, Jamal, don't go back to the hospital. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't keep doing that to yourself. I just think it's ingrained in his brain. I'll go to the hospital. I'll go to the hospital. I'll go to the hospital. You know, after having that stroke, I think things happened to my brother. I really do. But I was talking to him yesterday about the oils. And hey, Debbie, and telling my brother about the oil. He would tell, because his wife do all the cooking. My brother ain't doing nothing right now. He's sitting on his ass and being the person he is. And his wife do all the cooking, trust me. And she cooks really well. But they cook a lot of stuff now that is unhealthy. And when people say, oh, this is hereditary, no, it's not. Jamal, my mom didn't have diabetes. She had congestive heart failure, but she didn't have diabetes. My mom didn't have a high blood pressure. She didn't have that. So how would you say it's hereditary? My brother has that. My mother didn't. My brother was been diagnosed. My mother didn't have that. None of that. And so it was just, people don't get it. This food we're eating is not good. I can't stress enough about that red meat. I can't stress enough. That red meat. It's just that red meat is ridiculous. And I'm getting USDA recalls every day. Every day I get a USDA recall. I've not gone a day without it. What? I'll take that back. Maybe 10 days out of 4, 5, 6 years without a USDA recall. Did y'all hear what I said? Maybe 10 days in 4 or 5 or 6 years without a USDA recall coming through my email. I have USDA certification and recall information coming into my email. And I said, a lot of people don't realize what's going on. Same thing as with this weed. You don't realize what's going on. Anytime something has been changed, significantly from its original state, it is not, there is nothing nutritional, it, nothing, no value. Anytime anything has been changed from its original state to a different state that is not um that's not genuine to it, it's going to create a catastrophe in your health. And that's why people are, do you know there are more young men that are having erectile dysfunction in their 30s? You should be ramming the walls. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it real. A man in his 30s, you should be banging headboards every day. Now, hoping you can bang it one day out of the month. One day out of the month, you get an erection, and you in your 30s. That's unheard of. Totally unheard of. At least in my day it is. 30s. We were trying to run from guys in our 30s. So we wouldn't be soaking in hot tub water. I'm just saying. And now the erectile dysfunction is hitting young guys in their 30s and some in their 20s. Oh yeah. I had a brother tell me about that one time. I was telling him about some stuff. He was like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Men having I forget what it was. It was a herb." I said, "And especially men with erectile dysfunction." He said, "Oh wow, what?" He said, "I need to look into that then." And when he said it, I said to myself, I didn't say it to him because I ain't want to embarrass. I said to myself, "This guy's 27 years old. Hell, he talking about he need to look into this then." I wanted to say, "Boo, you have an erectile dysfunction? You how old? You need to get to a doctor and get all tests ran and find out what's going on with your system." But see, the tests that they're running are not the tests that's really needed by each individual. Because see, they set up that food scale. That was not, once again, let me tell y'all something. We all bleed blood. Everybody bleeds blood. But we are not all alike. I'm sorry. We're not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I didn't mean to. But I just wanted to enlighten you on the truth. We're not all alike. Black bodies are a whole hell of a lot different from white bodies, European Anglo-Saxon bodies. The buildup, we're totally different. Our DNA is totally different from theirs and anybody else's, for that matter. We are a unique people. Black people are a unique people because of our DNA. I'm just letting you know that. And that's why we're so hated, because they know we're powerful people. And if we enlighten ourselves, if we wake up without sleep in our eyes and without phlegm over our eyeballs, okay, if we wake up, we will see. Okay, end of story. So back to that marijuana, and no, not that's not. I don't even call that marijuana. That's cannabis, cannabis. It's gonna bust your canny in a minute, right? I'm just saying, give it a minute. You ain't been hearing about it, but it has been talked about. It's under the radar right now about this vaping, and the oil is it oil. Oil sticks to your skin, right? It's absorbed, right? Okay. So if the oil is inside your body, where oil and water don't mix, right? The natural oils in your skin is one thing, but putting oil in your body through vape, through eating, through drinking it, or whatever, different story. Different story. Now the vaping thing, because it's not a pure oil, you don't know what oil they're using for that vape chamber. You don't know what kind of oil they're using. You don't know if it's canola oil, vegetable oil, lard, castor oil. You don't know what it is. You just bought it because you heard about it and you use it. That's how everybody do. And you don't know how dangerous that stuff is on your lungs and on your body. And let me tell you, people, your lungs Your lungs are the major culprits for pushing blood through your body. It's not your heart, it's your lungs. When your lungs collapse, you got people who've had I got a collapsed lung. They got to be super, 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 super careful with their energy, their output, and all because their lungs are a vital source of pumping the blood to your body. You ain't got to believe me. Go research it. I mean, deeply research it. This is where you probably need to go to a library and consult one of those master degreed librarians who sit there all day, bored out of their minds, not so much because of the job, they just sitting there doing that, and they just sit there, but because those books are it's their heart's joy. All those being in that room with all them books from everything that you could think of, they love that. You gotta love books and being encased by books in order to be a librarian. You gotta really just love books, love reading. I just love books, and to be a librarian. But those people sit in these libraries, y'all, that your tax dollars pay for. Okay? Your tax dollars, your grandmama's tax dollars, your great grandmama's tax dollars, your mama's tax dollars, and not your tax, and your kids' tax dollars. When they start work, they damn tax dollars gonna go towards too. Keeping them libraries open. Make those people work. They work anyway. They want to work. It ain't like you make them do something they don't want to do. They want to work. They want you to come in and ask them questions. Oh my God, I get to help somebody. Oh, yell with that attitude. When you get that type of attitude out of a librarian, that's a librarian that you consult with all the time. Oh yeah, they just love helping you. And they'll help you find the real true science backed information about your lungs and the part that they really play in your body. And let me see. Hey, Debbie said, thank you, baby. Good information about smoking, whatever it is. Yep. But Angela, you definitely put it out there, right? It's the oil. And Yvette said, absolutely, Neely, shit, you speaking truth. They must make the doctors get paid chain of command. Yep. And in the weed, I saw little tiny pesticides, especially when it's in a tree top. Yep, in a little ball, in a bud, a tree bud. Yeah, people don't realize it's grown from the ground, and that made me fall back a bit, especially from the dispensaries. They don't grow that cannabis out of dirt. No, they don't. It grows under a light in a capsule, and I don't. It ain't a lot of soil that they put that stuff in to grow it. Okay, I'm just saying. So it ain't got no nutrients, and nothing in it. I'm just saying. Okay, the cannabis in these dispensaries are if you are medicinal. Oh well, I wouldn't. Now maybe the medicinal, but the regular cannabis for recreational. I'm just saying. Do you research, people? Do you research? Don't always jump on the damn bandwagon with something just because. Oh, this is something. Bam! Look what we got. Look what we got. Everybody, look what we got. They're like, Stuart. Come here, Stuart. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Oh, Stuart on Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm saying? So think about that, people. Think about that. It dries the body out in women as well. They look like tiny worms. And it messes up the sinus sockets. Smoke goes up first. The smoke goes in your eyes. It's what changes first. You know how everybody have dry eye? Drink more water. And they tell you, drink more water. You got dry eye. Oh, dry eye. Use Restive or whatever they got. Whatever they call it, medication. Whatever they call the medication for dry eye. But that's what it is. Hey, Rochelle. Yvette say, if you pay attention to your own body, you can feel what it attacks over a period of time. Much as I like it, I am almost 3 months off of weed. See? See? And she said weed. That ain't cannabis. I'm gonna tell you, it's a difference in this stuff, okay? Keep. It's a difference in this stuff, okay? Marijuana is marijuana grown out of soil, and that's what Yvette. Yvette ain't talking about cannabis. I mean dispensary. She talking about the real marijuana plant that grows out the dirt from back in the day, like we used to do. And now they done took it and hybrided it and hydrocloned it and all the rest of that crap and setting it out there. Let's clone this. Let's clone that. Let's see if we can make more humans. Here's a doll. She'll give you sex if your wife won't. And all this kind of ignorant, breaking up the family cap. And the people who are putting this stuff on the planet or bringing these productions about are not partaking in any of it. They're not partaking in any of it because they know it is not healthy or nutritional or nothing. No benefit from it at all, except for they get paid, baby. We gonna get paid. And everybody think, everybody walk around with a blunt, like, yeah, they all on Instagram and they having smoke parties on Instagram. Everybody on their Instagram, they like, and so and so I didn't clicked on some of those live Instagram things just to see what people talk about, right? I said, let me go in this room, see what they talking about. Let me go in this room, see what they talking about. What they doing over here on Instagram? And I click on and I go and I'm watching and listening, and it'd be 3-4 little squares of people, one person in this square, you know how people different screens, and everybody's got a blunt. It's like, this is our time. We get together, we smoke, and we just talk about the no, man. You know what? Let me tell you about P. Diddy. They were talking about P. Diddy the other day. Oh, let me tell you about P. Diddy. And he had to get his blunt. And he'd sit there. No, but let me tell you about P. Diddy. It's like a cool thing. Y'all know how we always want to be cool with stuff, right? Some of this stuff is gonna come back to bite people in the ass. I hate to see it and I hate to say it, but I'm telling you, a lot of this dispensary stuff that's going on, do your research. Google it. I'm telling you. I don't know, you can Google it because Google gonna give you what they want you to know. That's another thing. Go into a library. I'm sure they got something in the books by now. I'm sure they've written something about it. They've done some study and research and sample testing and all that stuff by now, and they've written about it. They have to, just like Pfizer and Moderna with the vaccines. They had to go in there and put a cardiomyopathy for the young men. They let you know that it can cause cardiomyopathy in young men. That's all they tested on, obviously, if they did any testing at all. Or were they just saying, oh, well, these young men passed out on the field and at school and doing this? And, so one thing that we know this, it causes cardiomyopathy in young guys. The vaccine. That's what they said. And Pfizer. It's on their page. So I'm not telling you something that should get my show shut down because the stuff is on the page. If you go to Pfizer, it's on their page. Read it. It's a lot. Thousands and thousands of pages of stuff to read. But go there and read it. Go and read up about it. You'll see. I ain't a doctor, a lawyer, or Indian chief, but I'm telling you what I done read. You go and read it. Use your eyes and read it now. Get your magnifying glass or whatever you need to see it. Do it. I had put mine on too. But it is. So to God be the glory. In that kind in those little packages with the diff names, yeah, all them different purple haze and all that cloud 9 and all that, or bala boop and beetlebug and all that kind of stuff. They get a cannabis to all these different names. Cannabis, and regular weed. Cannabis, and regular weed. Totally different stuff. I have had it all. That's what she said. So to God be the glory. Everybody, let's blow out. Let's pray. I got to get out of here. I got to go to work. Let's blow out. Take a deep breath in and hold it. Exhale. Take another deep breath in and hold it. Exhale. Take one more deep breath in and hold it. Exhale. To God be the glory. Lord, thank you for another brand new day. Hallelujah. Thank you for enlightenment. Thank you for information, doable information that is pertinent, and not just pertinent, but precise on the things that we should become more aware of. Thank you for opening our eyes to a lot of things, waking us up to a lot of things that ultimately we don't need, that's not good for us, and all those things. We thank you for the platforms that bring us together, that we may share things like this. Lord, we just come to you humbly, giving you honor, glory, and praise. Thanking you for this moment right now that we are alive and well and all bound together, come together, and we can communicate and everything. So, God, we are grateful. To God be the glory. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Lord, give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. To God be the glory. And Yvette said, I've tried all, both cannabis and regular, only like regular women going to do that. If I do that, the cannabis can be bought a upper or a downer. Yep. So the cannabis is already prepared. There's cannabis that keeps you alive, awake. And then there's the cannabis that makes you sleepy. And then there's the cannabis that makes you sit there and say, what? What? 3 scales of cannabis and 3 different things that they can do. A lot of people say, I want this, what is sativa, hybrid, and it's one other name. It's sativa, hybrid, and something else. But anyway, I think sativa don't allow you to go to sleep. The hybrid does, or something like that. It's crazy. But too many chemicals and stuff on that stuff for me. You don't know what the hell them chemicals are that they got on that stuff and that cannabis from them dispensaries. I'm just keeping it, I'm telling you straight out. You don't know what the chemicals is they're putting on that cannabis coming out of those dispensaries. You don't know how it's groomed, how it's grown, how it's groomed, or nothing. You don't know the dirt that it's in. You don't know the chemicals that they put in that dirt because you know it's all monitored and managed, right? You don't know none of that. It ain't like it's wild. Oh, just go out there, throw a couple of seeds in the ground. You don't even see marijuana with seeds or weed no more, the cannabis with seeds no more. You know, you don't. It's sad. That's what that you know right there. Anytime they didn't remove the seed out of something, they trying to shut it down, trying to shut stuff down. Just like they hybriding all of our fruits and our vegetables. Who the heck? Seedless watermelons, seedless grapes, the most healthiest of fruits, they deseeded because the seeds hold all the nutritional value of that fruit. Just like papaya. Eat them cotton picking seeds inside that papaya, the little balls. Eat them. Papaya seeds are very healthy for your body. It cleans your colon. Okay? Do your research, people. Do your research. Stop taking everything for granted and stop taking everything for word of truth from all these liars. That's all I'm going to say. Stop taking everything word of truth from everybody who's never given you any damn thing to promote your well-being or your family. You keep listening to all this crap. Keep taking, oh, look at it, they're doing it. And everything we see somebody else doing, stop acting like you got to do it too. Monkey see, monkey do. That'd be you. So together be the glory. Everybody, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace up, space up, reach back, give back. Somebody out there needs your smile. Somebody needs to get some kind words from you. Somebody might need a bag of chips, buy water, whatever the case may be. If the Spirit is placed it on your heart to do something for someone, at that moment, do it. Follow the spirit guide, to help someone. God is using you. Another thing, you remember this: God loves you. God loves me. God loves everybody under the tree. And with a big back patty whack, give your God some praise. Because God has kept us going all of these days. Boop. And in that order, y'all better ask somebody. And I ain't sanctimonious because you might hear me. I might cuss you out or whatever. I ain't sanctimonious. Believe, and I know there's a God. I know there's a God. You ain't got to believe. That's on you. I believe. Let me believe. That's on me. I don't hate you because you don't believe. How can you? Why you think you need to hate me? Because I don't. Because I do believe. You be you. I be me. In the story. And in that order. Everybody remember this: love, peace, soul, and hair grease. If your scalp is itching, please wash your dirty head before you condition. Okay, Debbie, thank you for sticking around with me, girl. Look at here. Tell Virgil I said happy birthday too. I think his birthday was not too long ago, right? I've been in a few of those myself. I like joints and when not blunts, I've tried all. Old school was the best way to pull and put out. Yep. Pull, puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass, puff, puff, put out. Old school. Back in the day. Marijuana didn't do it to nobody. Marijuana didn't do nothing to nobody. Why they jail people for the stuff, I don't know. But give a person a bottle of liquor and watch them turn a whole different monster on you. Oh, it's okay, February 18th. Okay, I was looking at something must have been old then. That must have been old than I saw. It probably was because I scroll. I don't get to scroll like I had been scrolling a while back. I don't get social media too much. I've been busy in this. I just don't. And then I've been having a lot of connection issues. Seem like it's been bad connection in certain areas because we are in the mountains and stuff like that. So it is kind of bad. Okay, so his birthday next month. Okay, cool. Black History Month, y'all. Black History is every day, every month. We have set the stage for most people's lives on this planet. Black people have. We've set the stage for them. So remember that. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on what? In My Element with who? Neela. That be me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.